Hey Lunch Bunch! How are you guys? Hope you're having a great week. Well, I wonder if any of you guys acted out the Three Little Pigs last week. I know that's one of your favorite stories. I have another version to read to you today. This is the Three Little Pigs, but this is a different book. I think we read this when we were in Lunch Bunch together, so I'll read it to you today. This is by James Marshall. Same story, probably a little different. Here's the first picture of the Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, an old sow sent her 3 little pigs out into the world to seek their fortune. "Now be sure to write," she said, "and remember that I love you." A sow is a mother pig. The first little pig met a man with a load of straw. "I know," said the little pig. "I'll buy your straw and build a house." "That's not a good idea," said the man. "Because is straw very strong?" "Not really. I don't think you'd want your house made of straw." "Mind your own business, thank you," said the little pig, and he brought the straw and he set about building a house. It took him no time at all. Very soon a lean and hungry wolf happened by. Pig was just about his favorite food in the world, so he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me come in." To which the pig replied, "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." You know what happens. This annoyed the wolf to no end, and he said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." "Go right ahead," said the little pig. So the wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. And, he gobbled up the little pig. The second little pig met a man with a load of sticks. "I've got it," said the little pig. "I'll buy those sticks and build a house." "I'd think twice about that," said the man. Because are sticks a very good thing to build a house out of? Maybe if you're a beaver or a bird, but maybe not for a pig. Let's see what happens. "Oh, pooh," said the little pig. "What would you know?" And he bought the sticks and went to work building a house. "Very pretty," he said. So no sooner had the little pig settled into his pretty house than the wolf happened by. He was still hungry, and he said, little pig, let me come in." To which the little pig replied, "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." It is a cute house. The wolf didn't care for that at all, and he said, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." "Ha, ha, ha," said the little pig. So the wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. And he gobbled up the little pig. Now, the third little pig met a man with a load of bricks. "These bricks will make a fine, sturdy house," said the man. "Capital idea, my good fellow," said the little pig. That's a lot of bricks. So he bought the bricks and set about building a house. It took him quite a bit of time, but it was well worth it. "Nice and solid," said the little pig. "Nice and solid." That looks very strong, doesn't it? And he's working hard, spending a long time building his house. Sometimes it takes a lot of work. But no sooner had the little pig moved in than he noticed the wolf loitering about. And the wolf, who was still hungry, said, Little pig, let me come in." To which the little pig replied, "No, no, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." Well, the wolf had heard that before, and he said, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." "Oh, don't do that," said the little pig. But the wolf huffed and he puffed, and he huffed and he puffed, until he was quite blue in the face. The house stood firm. "I'll try another approach," muttered the wolf. He put on his most dazzling smile. "Little pig, I was only teasing," he said. "By the way, I hear tell that Farmer Jones has the most scrumptious turnips. Shall we go pick a few?" "Oh, I'm much too busy now," said the little pig. "What about tomorrow morning?" "Excellent," said the wolf. "I'll come for you at 6. This is the part where he tries to trick him, isn't it? And the next morning, the little pig got up at 5, hurried off to Farmer Jones' turnip field, pulled a basket full of scrumptious turnips, and dashed back home. When the wolf arrived at 6, the turnips were already boiling in the pot. "Sorry, I couldn't wait," said the little pig. The wolf tried not to show his displeasure. There he is picking turnips. "No harm done," he said. "By the way, there's a lovely apple tree down in Merry Meadow. Shall we go help ourselves to a few apples?" "I must cook my turnips," said the little pig. "Let's meet there tomorrow morning." "Splendid," said the wolf. "Shall we say at 5? The next morning the little pig was up at 4 and went off for the apples. It took longer than he expected to reach Merry Meadow, and while busy gathering apples in the highest tree, he saw the wolf approaching. "Do try one of these," he called down, throwing an apple as far as he could. And when the wolf chased the apple, the little pig shimmied down the tree and made it safely home. The next day the wolf came again. Really, he was quite put out. "There's a fair today on Hog Hill," he said. "Would you care to go?" "Why don't we meet there?" said the little pig. "Would 3 o'clock suit you?" "Colossal," said the wolf. 3 it is, just to make sure he would be there at 2. At 1 in the afternoon, the little pig went to the fair and had a fine time. So fine he lost track of the hour. Suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, he saw the wolf coming up the hill. Without a minute to spare, the little pig jumped inside an empty butter churn and rolled down the hill towards the wolf. Remember butter churn? There it is. That's what they used to make butter in. Well, the wolf was so scared, he ran all the way home. That evening the wolf went to the little pig's house and told him how frightened he'd been by a great round thing that came down the hill. "Frightened you, did I?" said the little pig. "That great round thing was a butter churn, and I was inside." This was simply too much for the wolf to stand. "I've been nice long enough," he cried. "I'm going to eat you up right now." And he climbed onto the roof. When the little pig saw this, he put a big iron pot in the fireplace and quickly stoked the fire. "Here I come," cried the wolf. "Dinner time." Look, he's jumping down the chimney. Can you see that? About to jump in the chimney. You know what's going to happen. "You can say that again," said the little pig, and he cooked the mean old wolf and gobbled him up. Wow. So that has a little bit different ending than our other story, but it's pretty much the same. Okay, I'm going to show you an idea I had. All right. I went to the beach the other morning, and I found some things on the beach, and one thing that gave me an idea was that Evelyn says she collects beach bricks. And I bet some of you have found lots of neat things on the beach. But beach bricks I thought sounded pretty interesting. So I looked for some. There's a beach brick. It's all like it was a big hard brick like the pig built his house. But now it's all worn down and soft by the lake and the water and the rocks. And then I also got some beach glass, which I bet some of you like to collect too. And it's soft on the edges because of the water and the stones. So before you collect it though, make sure you check with your parents that it's not sharp, okay? And then I also got driftwood. And this is sticks that have been worn down, so they're kind of soft. So here's my idea. Here, I'm going to show you the camera so you can see better. I'll go like this. See if you can see that. So I thought if you went to the beach, you could be like the little pigs. And you could say the first one, instead of straw, you could say the first one built a house out of glass. That would be strange, wouldn't it? That might not be a very strong house. But you might have fun building some little houses or something out of glass. And the next little pig built his house out of sticks. This could be, it's always fun to build houses on the beach out of things. And you could have fun building a house like that. And the third little pig built his house out of bricks. And you could find all those beach bricks like Evelyn does. That's actually glass. Anyway, that's an idea. Oh, and look, I have a little pig, and he can come live in these houses. So maybe that would be a fun idea if you ever get to go down to the beach. Some fun things to find. Okay, well, I hope you can see that. All right, well, that was a fun story of the little pigs, and I hope you can have fun with your family this week and maybe go for a walk and maybe find some things to build houses with, because it's fun to build little houses out of all different things, isn't it? Okay, so that could be a fun thing to do. And I don't think there's any wolves that will huff and puff and blow your house down. Not in Evanston. So, all right, well, it's time to say goodbye, but it's great to see you guys. I hope you have a really nice day. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye, Lunch Bunch.